Okay, this actually all started back in middle school when I was shooting short films with my friends from school. And years later, I revisited one of the short films and thought it'd be nice to write it as a feature. And the feature itself is kind of like 4 different stories told that intertwine. And I realized there's no way at this point in my career I'll be able to make the feature or come up with the money to make the feature. So I took one story and just told part of it, and that's kind of where all this came from. This story itself kind of sets off a sequence of events that would be a feature.
You did a lot of roles for the film. You were producer, director, writer, actor. Did you always imagine you'd fill all those roles? How did that come together for you?
Yeah, well, where I'm from, there's not a lot of to choose from so far as the acting pool is concerned. Northwest Florida, it's kind of a rural area. Not a lot of people are trying to make film. I always kind of figured I would play the lead role, but it's funny you ask. There was actually in the original script supposed to be another main character that's kind of like a sidekick for Adam. And at the last minute, I want to say like 2 weeks before we started filming, we had some scheduling issues, and I thought it'd be easier to actually rewrite the entire script as just Adam being kind of solo than it would to be find another actor. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But
well, yeah, you and all the actors do a great job in it. Maybe you could talk a little bit about how some of those other actors came on board.
Actually, the guy that Adam tries to sell the guitar to, he's just a guy I know. When I was writing the script, that guy was in my head. He is the character. There was really no writing so far as the character is concerned. I just imagined, what if a junkie tried to sell this guy a guitar, and that's kind of how that guy came to be, Casey Evans.
And you shot it in your hometown? And
that's correct. Altha, yeah. Florida. It's a really small rural area. We actually had a Category 5 Hurricane Michael, come through about 2 years ago and kind of mess a lot of the buildings up. A lot of them are still messed up, and everything's kind of run down looking. So it kind of fit the atmosphere of the script. And so yeah, and usually we try to go to Tallahassee and shoot for a little bit of production value, but it really fit the script, so we just shot it right here.
And how long did it take you to shoot?
We shot this in 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I think we got a few pickup shots a few weeks after. Once I started editing, there were some shots, mostly just of myself, that I could kind of set a tripod up and get myself. So, but yeah, we shot it all in one weekend.
I was just wondering where you kind of found these characters from, because it seems like such high stakes situations. One thinks, was he there? Does he know these things? That kind of stuff, I guess.
I guess the root of it all, going back to the whole middle school thing, would be Martin Scorsese, just the kind of like crime, drug lord type feel. But then so far as the individual characters, where I'm from, Altha, Florida, is very rural, and it's Florida, but it's 45 minutes from Alabama. So there's a lot of culture in this area that comes from Alabama, the accents, the kind of just the way of life. And I tried to play a lot of that into, just because I don't have a lot of actors to choose from, I'm using non-actors for a lot of the roles. So I wanted to make it fit, the area more than anything. And so far as just the main concept of the junkie, we have a really bad, and I'm sure it's bad in a lot of places, but really bad meth problem kind of where I'm from. It's really taken over a lot of lives, and a lot of people falling victim to meth addiction. And so it was really easy for me to kind of draw from a lot of people's experience and put them into one character. Yeah, baseball is really big here too. We don't have a football team at the high school. All we have is a baseball and basketball team, and we see a lot of people we think are going to be stars, and then usually it doesn't pan out. So I kind of brought that into Adam as well. I figure a small town, hometown hero, with his fall from grace to meth. So
how did you pick those spots when you were writing it? Or was it kind of then you found the locations afterwards?
See, I went to LA a couple of years ago, and while I was there, I realized I don't know anything about LA. And every movie I've ever made is about LA, or every movie I've ever seen is about LA. And I was like, I could never make an honest, good movie about LA. So a couple of years ago, I just said, from now on, everything I write is going to be based on where I live, because I know where I live better than anybody else, because I've lived here my whole life. So while I was writing this script, I wanted to nail down the location and the setting. And so I knew from the get-go, my whole life, you drive around here, you won't see houses for miles, because it's cotton fields, or, you know, like, just it's a lot of farming that goes on here, cotton, peanuts. And so I really wanted to capture, I thought that kind of like that, and just the rundown, like convenience stores, really sums up my hometown. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but